The Wasteland by T.S Eliot. April is the cruelest month, breeding lilacs out of the dead land, mixing memory and desire, stirring dull roots with the spring rain. Winter kept us warm, covering earth in forgetful snow, feeding a little life with dried tubers. Summer surprised us coming over the Starbucks. The showers of rain, we stopped in the colonnade and went on into sunlight, into the Hofgarten, and drank coffee and talked for an hour. Bin gar kein Russen, stammen asluk litoan ex dush. And when we were children, staying at the Archduke's, my cousins, he took me out on a sled and I was frightened. He said, Marie, Marie, hold on tight. And down we went. In the mountains there you feel free. I read much of the night and go south in the winter. What are the roots that clutch what branches sow? Out of this stony rubbish son of man you cannot say or guess. For you know only a heaps of broken images where the sun beats and the dead trees give no shelter, the cricket no relief, and the dry stone no sound of water. Only there is a shadow on this red rock. And I will show you something different from either your shadow at morning striding behind you or your shadow at evening rising to meet you. I will show you fear in a handful of dust. Frischt war der Wind, der Heimat zu, mein Irrskind, wo weilest du? You gave me hyacinths a year ago. They called me the hyacinth girl. Yet when we came back late from the hyacinth garden, your arms full and your hair wet, I could not speak, and my eyes failed. I was neither living nor dead, and I knew nothing, looking into the heart of light, the silence. Word unleer das mir. Madame Sosotris, the famous clairvoyant, has a bow cold, nevertheless is known to be the wisest woman in Europe. With a wicked pack of cards, here, she said, here's your card. The drowned Phoenician sailor, those are the pearls that were in his eyes. Look, here is Belladonna, the lady of the rocks, lady of situations. Here is the man with 3 staves, and here is the wheel, and here is the one-eyed merchant. And this card, which is blank, is something he carries on his back, which I am forbidden to see. I do not find the hanged man via death by water. I see crowds of people walking around in a ring. Thank you. If you see her, Miss Equitone, tell her I bring the horoscope myself. One must be so careful these days. Unreal city, under the brown fog of winter dawn, a crowd flowered over London Bridge. So many, I had not thought death had undone so many. Sighs, short and infrequent, were an exhale, and each man fixed his eyes before his feet, flowed up the hill and down King William Street to where St. Mary Woolnoth kept the hours, with a dead sound on the final stroke of 9. There I saw one I knew, and I stopped him, crying, Stetson! You who were with me by the ships of Mile, that corpse you planted last year in your garden, has it begun to sprout? Will it bloom this year? Or has sudden frost disturbed its bed? Oh, the dog far hence that's meant to friend, or with his nails he'll dig up again. You, hypocrite lecturer, Mon semblable, mon frère. The chair she sat in, like burnished throne, glowed on the marble, where the glass held up by the standards wrought with fruited vines, from which a golden Cupidon peeped out. Another hid his eyes behind the wing, doubled the flames of the severed branch candelabra, reflecting light upon the table as the glitter of her jewels rose to meet it. From satin cases poured in rich profusion, in vials of ivory and coloured glass. Unstoppered lurked her strange synthetic perfumes, unguent, powdered or liquid, troubled, confused, and drowned the scents in odors stirred by the air that freshened from the window. These ascended, and flattering the prolonged candle flames, flung the smoke into the liquor area, stirring the pattern of a coffered ceiling. Huge seawood fed with copper, burned green and orange, framed by the coloured stone, in which a sad-like carved dolphin swam. Above, the antique mantle was displayed, as through a window gave upon the sylvan scene, the change of Philomel by the barbarous king so rudely forced. Yet the nightingale filled all desert and inviolable voices, and she still cried, and still the world pursues. Jug, jug, to dirty ears, and with withered stumps of time were told upon the walls, staring forms and out leaning, hushing. The room enclosed. Footsteps shuffled on the stair, under the firelight, under the brush. Her hair spread out in fiery points, gallowed into the world, and then savagely still. My nerves are bad tonight, yes, bad, stay with me. Speak to me, why do you never speak? Speak! What are you thinking of? What thinking? What? I will never know what you're thinking. Think. I think we are rats in alley, where the dead man lost their bones. What is that noise? The wind under the door. What is that noise now? What is that wind doing? Nothing ever again. Do you know nothing? Do you see nothing? Do you remember nothing? I remember those pearls were in his eyes. Are you alive or not? Is there something in your head? But oh, that Shakespearean rag is so elegant, so intelligent. What shall I do now? What shall I do? I shall rush out as I am and walk down the street with my hair down. So what shall we do tomorrow? Whatever shall we do? The hot water at 10, and if it rains, a closed car at 4, and we shall play a game of chess, pressing lidless eyes and waiting for a knock upon the door. When Lil's husband got demobbled, I did not mince my words. I said to myself, hurry up now. It's time. Now Albert's coming back. Make yourself a bit smart. He'll want to know what you've got done with the money he gave you to get yourself some teeth. He did, I was there. You have them all out, Lil, and get a nice set. He said, I swear I can't bear to look at you. And no more, can't I said. And think of poor Albert. He's been in the army for 4 years. He wants a good time. And if you don't give it to him, there's others will, I said. Oh, is there? She said. Something over that, I said. Then I'll know who to thank, she said, and gave me straight a look. Hurry, please, it's time. If you don't like it, you can get on with it, I said. Others can pick and choose if you can't. But if Albert makes off, it won't be for lack of telling. You ought to be ashamed, I said, to look so antique and her only 31. I can't help it, she said, pulling a long face. It's 10 pills I took to bring it off, she said. She's had 5 already. I nearly died of young George. The chemist said it would be all right, but I've never been the same. You are a proper fool, I said. Well, if Albert won't leave you alone, there it is, I said. What if you get married and you don't want children? Hurry up, please. It's time. Well, that Sunday Albert was home. They had a hot gammon, and they asked me to dinner to get the beauty of its hot. Hurry up, please. It's time. Hurry up. Please. It's time. Good night, Bill. Good night, Lou. Good night, May. Good night. Ta-ta. Good night. Good night. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night.